guys, making a layout today of these two photos. This is my brother-in-law Mike, his wife Laura, and my nephew Will and I. We went to the hot air balloon festival that they were having locally here, and unfortunately it was so windy they were only able to put up one balloon, but those are the two pictures from the day that I'm going to Scrapbook. And as you can see, we have a lot of red, white, and blue, and then there's some green. There's a lot of green in this photo as well. So those are the primary colors I think I'm going to use. These are the supplies that I pulled out. There's this washi tape that is blue with, like a light blue, sky blue with clouds. I've had these chipboard shapes forever. They're hot air balloons. How apropos, right? They came in a kit a while ago, and I've never had a chance to use them, but this seemed like a good time to pull them out. I have these cloud shapes from Studio Calico. These are the clouds, and this is the white. There's also a blue set, but these are the white ones, so I pulled those out. I have these Recollection pearl stickers, and I thought I'd use the blue and the red ones in there, maybe. I have this sticker set that I pulled out. They're just some labels, and I took it out of the packaging, so I don't know who made this, but I will make sure that I put the manufacturer in the blog post so you know who made those. I have these die cut. These are letterpress shapes from Basic Gray. This is from the PB&J collection. I have these die cut cardstock and transparency stickers also from Basic Gray. This is from the What's Up collection, and if you look in there, there's a hot air balloon, there's some clouds, there's something that says soar, sail away, just things that I thought might go with this layout. I have these American Craft. These hang on my Clip It Up, so I don't think I'm going to use these bits, but that's why they're out, because they're on that same clip. Same with this. So I have buttons, this flare buttons. These are like army camouflage, and then, but I'm thinking I'm going to use these flare buttons by American Crafts because they have the blue and the red. I pulled these stickers from Crate Paper. This is the Sleigh Ride collection border stickers, and even though it's a Christmas collection, I think this red one right here might be cute on this layout, so I thought I might use that. I'm going to use these stamps, I hope. These are from Studio Calico. These are called Oh Snap. Here we go. You can see those there. I'm going to try to use some stamps on this layout. And then I pulled the PB&J papers from Basic Gray. There isn't, I think there was a dark blue that came in this collection, but I think I've used it. So we may be adding some yellow. I'm not sure what the color scheme is going to be yet. But I pulled this collection, although that's a nice blue. I'm going to put that one on the side. Because as you know, I always pull the whole collection and then go through it and pare down the papers as I look at them. So here's the alpha stickers for this collection, but we're not going to use these. I've already made up my mind about that. And here's the whole collection pack. So I think I've used, if I had the whole collection pack, I think I would use this chevron, this dark blue chevron here, but I think I've used it on another layout. So I think this smaller chevron, this is also a blue chevron. I don't know if you can see that it's chevron. I have to lay it flat there. Anyway, it's a very subtle blue, and I think it's a cream. And there's this floral on this side. This is Picnic Basket. This is the one I think I'm going to definitely use that one. But here's all of the papers in the collection. So, the ones that I have left anyway. So we're going to pull some papers from this. I actually really like this like doodled squiggly line thing that's going on here. Here's some green if I decide to use that. And then here are the stickers from that collection. But again, I don't think there's going to be anything here that we can use. Although I do like this kind of black squiggly line. But anyway, as you know, we'll see where we go as we get started. So thank you for watching. Hey guys, another video. So what am I doing? So I was trying to use this blue chevron, as I said in the intro, and it's funny, I was listening to the intro and I kept saying, oh, I'm definitely going to use this, I'm definitely going to use this, and it ends up that I don't use any of that. So it's pretty funny to me to listen to those intros prior to making the layout, and then coming back and listening to what my thought process was at the beginning, and then actually seeing what I do use, and it's quite funny to me. So I'm looking at these papers. I keep going through the PB&J collection from Basic Gray, and I decide that I really like this sort of distressed teal color. And then I have that red polka dot there too, which I'm actually not going to use. So I'm pulling out all of those. These are the transparency and die cuts from Basic Gray, and I really like them. I don't often find a place to use them, but I'm just going through them and seeing what matches the theme and also the color scheme of this layout. So I'm pulling a couple of little labels. I have that big label there that I actually do end up using. It says nothing but blue skies, which is kind of tongue in cheek because it wasn't very blue sky the day we went to the hot air balloon festival. So they have a really big hot air balloon festival in New Mexico. I really want to go to that one. I think I would see more, maybe not commercial hot air balloons, but maybe more on just decorative hot air balloons. So I'm definitely going to use those chipboard hot air balloons there. And so this is I'm starting to figure out placement here, and I got rid of that red polka dot because I decided I wasn't going to use it. And now here are some die cuts, and I think this is from the What's Up collection. And I end up using a few of those. But right now, we're still very much in the let's just lay things down and see what we think is going to work stage of things. And as you guys know, as I ended last year, I have been consciously trying to use more layering in my layouts, and I'm actually quite happy about layering, about how this one came out. And here I'm just writing down all of the supplies that I'm using so that when I update the blog, I can include that information. So I keep that notebook there on the side now, whereas before I would do it afterwards, but now I try to do it as I'm going. So I'm going to use just a small strip of that one blue paper, and then this is my background paper, and this is a teal, yellow, cream, and red, so it's got a lot of nice colors in it. And then it goes, and because these collections, because they're all from the papers are all from the same collection, I know that they go together, so that's good. And then I use that border sticker from Crate Paper. And it's really weird, those stickers, they don't have a lot of adhesive on the back of them at all. So definitely all of the things that come off of that need to have adhesive added to it. So I decide that having the pictures right on the background isn't working, so I want to mat that. So I go to this gorgeous paper that I really like. I don't know if it's gorgeous, but I just really love it. It's like this doodled kind of crazy background paper I really like. So, oh, it's the back of that polka dot that I was going to use. But so I mat those photos there, and then I've decided I'm putting them down. So here we go. And now the hard part. So the basis of the layout is together. And now what are we going to do? So I'm looking at all of the red stickers that I have available to put a title, and I'm going to use a great title that is it's going to knock your socks off. It is so original, but it's going to say up, up, and away. So yes. It's so original. I'm actually going to use these stickers. I'm going through all of these stickers, but the red ones that you see, not the mini markets, but the other ones, which are actually not thickers. I don't know who made those. I cannot remember for the life of me who made those, but they are not thickers. And I think it was making memories. I think they're making memories. But I love them. They're so old, but I love them. I love those stickers, those alphabets. I just love that they're all different sizes, and I just really, really like them. And I really like how they turn out on this layout. But of course, I don't space anything correctly, so now I have to pull them all up. Should have used the wax paper. But so there we go. So that's my clever title. And now I'm going to use some of the clouds that were included in that transparency pack, and those clouds from Studio Calico, they're the white ones, and make sort of a scene, if you will, on the layout with those hot air balloons. And I'm really liking how that is. So now it's just a matter of where am I going to put my, where is embellishment going to go, and where am I going to put my journaling. So I really like how this is sitting. yeah, I decide now that, yeah, I'm gonna just, I can't decide on the embellishment cluster, so I'm like, okay, I like the rest of this. I like these clouds and these hot air balloons where they are, so I'm gonna put them down. So that's what I do there. And the back of the basic gray transparencies have like a, they have like a, I don't know, it's like a film or a protective thing so they don't get scratched up in the packaging. So that's what I was taking off of there. And here, I'll take it off of this one too. It gets a little tricky to get them off of there. And then I guess I decided I didn't, or maybe that one, oh, it was already off. I'm not sure. But most of the time they have them. So I'm putting some of those clouds up on pop dots just to give the layout some depth. And then here's my layering. I'm going to go through and layer. And here I said I was going to use these stamps, and by all means necessary, I'm going to use these stamps. So I've got to go get a block and a stamp pad. Okay, hurry up. They're not that far away. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm trying to figure out, I don't know what color ink I want to use, I guess. I guess that's why I got both of them. I'm not sure. So I stamped the word happy on that little blue circle from that basic gray collection. Oh, I know why I got the distress ink out. Because I'm going to ink those balloons. Because I don't want them to be chipboard. There's no other chipboard on this whole layout, so I don't want them to be plain chipboard. And then I'm stamping this little, I'm going to stamp this little arrow. Oh, I decide, oh, right, it's going to go over, so I need to, there we go. I just needed to put a little, like, mask there so it wouldn't go over where that decorative thing is. And I thought I was going to use that cloud washi tape because it would have worked really well on this layout, but I couldn't find a place for it to fit. And then I have these flare buttons, and I actually do end up using one of them, so I'm happy because I've had them forever and I can't seem to get rid of them. And now I'm just going through all the supplies I picked out, looking for more stuff I can add to the layer. And here I decide, okay, I don't know what I'm doing with that embellishment cluster, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink up these balloons. And there I was looking at which one I wanted to be yellow and which one I wanted to be red. I thought that I was going to, as you can see, the other distress ink is up there, and I thought that I was going to use blue, but I decided to use red, so that other balloon will be red, and I do the baskets in blue to kind of pull that color in. Yeah, so I'm doing the baskets here in blue. And all the supplies, like I said, will be on the blog, so I don't have the supply sheet in front of me. But you'll be able, if you have any questions about what I'm using. I think that's barn door, or it might be fired brick, I'm not sure. And I wanted to lighten up this yellow. It was a bit dark when it went on. I think I used scattered straw initially, and now I went back in with mustard seed because it was just a little too dark. Now I'm going to put those on there. I'm going to put one up on foam adhesive and the other one's going to lay flat. Here I have to cut the foam adhesive for the little basket. Lay them down on there. I've been holding on to those balloons forever. I'm so glad that I was finally able to find something to use them on. Maybe subconsciously I thought, I need to go to a hot air balloon festival so I could use those things. But anyway, I'm doing my journaling down here, and although it's kind of a busy background, in person you can read it. It's pretty easy to read. If you can read my handwriting, that is, but that's neither here nor there. But the background doesn't compete too much with it. And then just to balance out the layout a bit, I think that I need an embellishment cluster up in the upper left-hand corner. Upper right-hand corner, maybe my other left. And I'm using my Big Bite to just put I really don't like when those when those tags don't have a hole in them. So I added the hole there. And then I'm going to use some of these pearl things, these like pearl gems, I guess, in the red and the blue. So there's the blue. And I'm going to add some yellow thread to both of the tags, the Oh Fun and also the tag up in the upper right hand corner. And I do go back and add some red gems, maybe here, yep. Just to pull those elements into both clusters. And that'll finish up the layout. All done. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time, next Friday, as a matter of fact, with another Friday process video. Thanks for watching. Bye.